Hello, everybody. Hello. So, it's Orthworm time. I did think this would happen, I will say. So, for those of you that don't know, I made a bet. Well, kind of a bet, you could call it more of a challenge. I said to the Discord, the Pink Accord, if you haven't joined, by the way, link is in the description. But I made a bit of a bet and said, okay, if somebody can win a Pinkator or get to top 25 with Orthworm, I will build a team around Orthworm. I will do an Orthworm stream. Wanawa, probably in chat, Wanawa did manage to get to, I believe, rank 6 with Orthworm. So, guys, please don't dislike the stream. The dislikes do stuff. But anyway, as for Orthworm, so yes, I kind of have to do this. I hoped it wouldn't happen this soon, because I don't think Orthworm is a particularly good or interesting Pokemon. Now, it is usable, right? It can set up, it switches effectively into Gliscor. It's a good kind of temporary answer to some sets of Kyurem. Obviously, its physical defense is really nice. Actually, better than Skarmory. Skarmory with the 65 HP and the 140 defense. So Orthworm coming in with the 70 and 145. It has a ton of Fizz Def, more than Corv, more than Skarm. So with Body Press, obviously, that is valuable. That is valuable. And of course, with Ghost type and having Earth Eater, it becomes one of the most effective spin blockers out there for a Great Tusk, which is great. So, is this Pokemon good? Not really. It's not terrible. I think it's usable. Wanawa did a good job with it, but I do think it's boring. It kind of just sets hazards. I find hazard setting to be kind of one of the more, I guess, cheap ways of making an underrated Pokemon work. Like, for example, Spike's Stealth Rock. Let's just go and like take you take a Feretris, you can make it work in OU. Just like give it hazards. I've seen dual hazard Thorns. Basically, I mean, there was like an HO that used like a Sudowoodo lead, right? And it was run like Stealth Rock Endeavor. Could you have run? It was like Rock. I think it was like Rockhead or something like that, or either Sturdy or Rockhead, and then Head Smash, probably Sturdy. But anyway, point is, this was a set you can, by just putting hazards on a bad Pokemon, you can kind of make it serviceable all the time. So I don't really find it a very interesting Pokemon. I think Orthworm is just, it's kind of boring. Usually when I use lower tier Pokemon, I like to do more with them than just stack hazards, but let's use a lower tier Pokemon and just stack hazards. So be it. This is the best set. I believe this is the best set. Question from Dr. Bognor asking, what Pokemon would you give Earth Eater to make it balanced? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, what Pokemon would I give it to that would make it better, but not broken? Like, be an OU? Is that the question? And we are just going to go max. Whoops. We are just going to go max here. Minus special attack. No, when I was not holding a gun to my head, but I've got to be honest here. I said I would do this, so I will do this. Okay, and also let me know how music is. I think music might be a bit too quiet. Also, I'll do a little prompt the stream. Make sure to like the stream. Helps out a lot. And also, Pinkator is coming up. It's a Natdex tour. I'm really excited to commentate it. And if you haven't, definitely sign up. I've been also starting weekly Natdex streams, so check those out too. Okay. What Pokemon could get Earth Eater that would make it balanced? I really don't know. That's kind of a tough question. I'd have to really think about it a while. And I think people more want to see... Oh, that people, you can't even tell that there's music? Jeez. Okay, let's maybe... up that. Okay, let me know how that sounds now. Maybe that's too much. Yeah, Terra goes to Orthworm. So, Wanawa took this in a very balanced direction. I believe the team was like Slowking, Weavile, Clodsire, some other stuff. The point is, it was balanced. We're going to try an Orthworm bulky offense. So we're going to take it in a little bit of a different direction. We're going to take it in a little bit of a different direction. I wanted to put this on a more offensive build. So let's talk about this. Let's think about what Orthworm would work well with. Orthworm does really one thing well. It sets hazards. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I can't really, it doesn't do anything else really consistently because it dies long term, coming in many times. So what does it do? What does it do? It really just sets hazards. So let's just make a hazard stack bulky offense. I mean, that's pretty much the plan. We're going to rely on Orthworm completely for hazards. I think we do want a special pivot to be paired with this. Orthworm really does invite in special attackers. That 70-55 is terrible. So we definitely do want to have a special pivot to work well on this hazard stack. So let's think about that. Probably that's going to be our best partner as a special pivot. In Winawa's case, that was Slowking. Right? You very much do want a special pivot, and this one particularly works well with the Orthworm, given Slowking resists fire and fighting. So that's pretty nice. Terra Ghost Orthworm, the perfect defensive partner for Heatran? Maybe. Probably not. I don't think Orthworm is the perfect partner for any good Pokemon. Yeah, so let's think about this. Actually, we can bring up the notepad here. Oh, jeez. Great. Oh, geez. We got the Altaria. Let's delete that. Orthworm. There we go. Pros. Sets hazards. Great Fizz Def. Helmet Chip. Cons. Everything else. Okay. I kind of like the idea of Boots Prim. Boots Prim could be interesting. It lets Wellspring in, but yeah, it does really like the hazards. It does deal with fire and fighting. But let's think what special attackers are coming in on Orthworm. What stops Orthworm from setting up hazards? That's the question we want to ask. What can come in and in one turn say, no more of that? Darkrai, Dragapult, Spexpult specifically, but Pex probably does a good chunk. Enamorus notably cannot. Goldengo, that Shadow Ball's doing loads. We'll put Iron Crown, they do run Focus Blast enough. I believe they do, unless Focus Blast has really fallen off. But I don't think it has. Let's take a look. Yeah, Focus Blast, oh my gosh, that's on 72%. Yeah, no, that definitely has not fallen off. That has not fallen off at all. Yeah, Cinderace we definitely want to consider as well. It's a good point. It's even though Orthworm can probably... I can probably take a couple Pyro Balls, actually. Well, probably not. Maybe I'm overestimating it a little bit. Orthworm can almost take... That's not terrible. I mean, that's not terrible damage, but it's definitely not taking a few Pyro Balls. And being able to, you know, get Whirlwinded out is not great. Somebody's saying Claude and Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing is going to get heavy slammed on. Yeah, so no. And somebody else saying Claude, no. Orthworm hard walls Claude and can set up on it forever. Iron Moth. Yep, definitely. We add that. Ival, I'm going to say no. Ival doesn't like switching in. It kind of struggles. Moltres, for sure. We add that. Raging Bolt, we add that. And we can add Zapdos and Walking Wake. Why not? But they're not big ticket items. Their usage is not that high. I'm actually surprised Zapdos is still in OE. Oh my. It's actually gone up quite a bit. I thought this thing was still... although these usage stats are really rather outdated. We still, I'm maybe I'm hating for no reason, but Palafin has been gone a while. How often is Picolytics updating this thing? Interesting. But anyway. So we want to have something that can deal with these. Normally, when I look at this list, I think Ting Lu, but we're kind of relying on Orthworm as the hazard setter, which makes Ting Lu probably not the option. Okay, so apparently Claude was meant as the partner. I don't think Clodsire is I mean, it's definitely not a bad partner for Orthworm, but we're trying to take this team in a more offensive direction. I don't just want to recreate what Winawa made. And also, if you haven't checked out the RMT, do so. RMT stands for Rate My Team. You look up SVOU teams, see recent posts. You can see Winawa's Orthworm team. Okay. Yeah, so we do need a special wall that's going to be able to take these Pokemon on. Because we will be switching Orthworm kind of in and out a few times. One idea that kind of jumps out at me a bit, because we're not going to be able to cover all of these with one Pokemon, but we can cover a lot. We can cover a lot if we have Alo. Like an AV Alo. I know I like Alo a lot, but it, you know, with good reason. I don't really like Alo here, though, because I think it lets Wellspring in too easily, and Wellspring does not get hit by Orthworm's Rocky Helmet, which makes things extra rough there. Glowking as a partner makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Glowking is rarely a bad option. Glowking is rarely a bad option. Yeah, we'll definitely need multiple pivots to make this work. That's it. It's definitely not going to be a... It's not going to be a quick thing. Winawa noting that Orthworm loves Wish support. I agree, Orthworm does love Wish support. However, I really don't want to make an Orthworm Alo balance. I understand the appeal, I see it. Orthworm is a great for Wish for many reasons. First, its HP is pretty mediocre, so Alo could heal this thing like 90% with one Wish. Let me write this out here so it's easier. Archetype, we're aiming for bulky offense today. And for those of you that have not heard me talk about this before, it's really good to establish what archetype you're working with so your team doesn't go off the rails. Especially if you start straying into hyper offense and stall, your team can get really clunky and really bad and inconsistent very fast. Another recommendation to pair it with something 4 times weak to ground. As kind of a gimmick. I will say what I like about Glowking is that ground weakness does work pretty well. Ground types are the main thing that threatens Glowking in this tier. So let's go with that. Let's go with Glowking. And we go Boots, so probably we go Boots Chili. This can be kind of our pivot for this hazard stack build. I think that's a solid idea. But yeah, as I was saying, Orthworm, such low HP, it gets healed up fully by Wish, which makes it good with Wish support, and obviously it doesn't have healing. But I just think the idea of an Orthworm Wish Pass balance sounds terrible. Maybe it's not, maybe it's good, but I really doubt it. Balance is kind of, bulky balance in particular, which that team would end up being, is struggling quite a lot right now, and I really don't think putting an Orthworm on that suffering archetype is the fix it needs. How do I define bulky offense? Offense teams are teams that don't attempt to have a solid defensive structure that can play the long game, but they have enough offense that they think they can ensure a fast game. So basically that's how I define offense. As for when you split into regular offense, which I just call offense, and bulky offense, offense wins with fast Pokemon with a lot of attack. Bulky offense wins with slow Pokemon with a lot of HP, or they don't necessarily have to be slow, but it wins with, think like the difference between an offense team might have like Cinderace, Ival, Dragapult, Darkrai. A bulky balance would be more like Raging Bolt, Tusk, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Pecharunt type of thing. Yeah, so I like this starting core here. Let's see. Yeah, so Lauren also marking that Bliss seems great. I would agree, and I thought about Bliss, but it does not have teleport. If Blissey had teleport this generation still, I would really be willing to work with it. Blissey with teleport could be used as a pivot on all kinds of offense teams, but sadly, in removing teleport, they really deleted that role, which is really a darn shame. Make this a little brighter. Okay. Okay, so now we've got Glowking. I think that's solid for the best partner. So let's just kind of mark what Glowking helps with. Actually, not that many of these, not gonna lie. It helps with that. Helps with that. That and that. Helps with Iron Moth. Doesn't beat Iron Moth, but it helps with it. So that's good. And I'd say it helps with Crown. Okay, that's a fair number. So we still need help with the Ghosts, Darkrai, and Cinderace. But that's a good start. One thing I'm worried about... So Lauren in chat saying Gambit and Bolt are perfect for this team because they're both slow and bulky. So just because you're building a bulky offense doesn't mean you just start looking for a bunch of slow, bulky Pokemon and slapping them on the team. The line between offense and bulky offense is blurry, not well defined, and not really important to consider when building. This might end up looking more like an offense team. Maybe we had 4 fast Pokemon here. I just say bulky offense as a means of categorization. The difference between offense and bulky offense in the building process, not important, and definitely should not be the guiding principle behind which Pokemon you put just because they're bulky and have a lot of attack stats. Might we add a Gambit and Raging Bolt? Absolutely. They're really good Pokemon, but that's definitely not what I want to emphasize. Recommendation for SD Iron Hands. I don't really think Iron Hands is what we want here. Iron Hands does not help with a lot of the things that we're currently worried about. We could run like a Boots pivot Iron Hands. But yeah. No. No, I don't think that's going to be good here. I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep it in mind though. So this is kind of the awkward stage in the process. What do we build? Where do we go next? I feel like we want normally you want a physical pivot as well. I think we want a physical pivot. Something, because Glowking is the special pivot. I'd like something physical so we can kind of have something, because Orthworm, it comes in and it's a physical wall, but it... No, maybe this is okay. Here's the vision I'm having here. We have one special wall that can pivot around, and we have one Orthworm. I'm thinking we put 4 offensive Pokemon on the team now. We count on Orthworm to get up hazards, we count on Glowking to pivot out, and then we put 4 offensive Pokemon that can assist with these other problems. I think that's a good approach. A lot of recommendations for Dragapult, and I agree, Dragapult helps out with a lot of the threats, so I think we do add a Pult, and it's also just fantastic on hazard stack. Pult also gives us a spin blocker, which I really like, because we are definitely playing the hazard game here. We are committing to the spikes and Stealth Rock. So I think we do add a Dragapult. Recommendation from Dr. Bognor to go with Okie Dokie. We could, but I really want something that can switch out. This team is kind of going to be a weird mix. It's almost going to be like an HO with 2 bulky Pokemon, the way I see it playing out, which has worked successfully before. There are a lot of teams that will run, say, like a Ting-Lu, and then just a bunch of offensive Pokemon, like a Ting-Lu double hazard lead. That's the kind of thing I'm going for, except it's with an Orthworm. Ting-Lu has the benefit of being able to Whirlwind and has good Fizz Def and Spadef, so it can kind of take anything on lead and just get up hazards. Orthworm does not have that benefit, so it needs that additional support Pokemon. That doesn't mean it's a waste of a slot, though. So just to give you a kind of idea of what I'm talking about, I'll load this up. So there have been a lot of other cases, because this is the kind of team I want to build. There have been a lot of successful teams. It's like, it's a Ting Lu lead, SR, Spikes, like red cards, something like that, right? And then they'll just like go like Dragonite, you know, Ival, Iron Moth, like stuff like this. These types of teams have had success, a lot of success. I want to build something like that, but because Ting Lu can take a lot of hits and Orthworm crumbles to a special hit, we kind of need that additional support in the form of Glowking. Another recommendation for Dr. Bognar, to run a Banded Arcanine. We're not going to run Banded Arcanine. A good hazard stack team is okay if the opponent hazard stacks as well, because when our Orthworm is setting this up, there might be a Ting Lu on the other side stacking them up too. So we definitely do not want to run a Pokemon like Arcanine that's going to get destroyed by every hazard known to man. This is arguably one of the most hazard weak types possible. We are going to be running a lot of Boots Pokemon and Pokemon that are good against hazards. That's what we're looking at here. The good news is Glowking gives us a Toxic Spike Absorber, so that is nice, and also could give us Future Sight, which could help a lot in the stall matchup. So that's the good news. That's the good news. As for which Pulse set we go with, probably just HDB. I think that's going to work best here. Recommendation for Pecharunt. Guys, Wanawa built a Pecharunt bulky balance. Sorry, like a balance. I don't want to just remake what Wanawa made. We're going to go with a different approach. If you want to see a team with Clodsire and Slowking and Pecharunt, please see Wanawa's team. I'm not saying we can't use any double Pokemon, but Pecharunt really doesn't fit on this team. Pecharunt, let's check its stats, look at that. 160 physical defense, 88 Spadef. It is a physical wall, not a special wall. We need a special wall, which Glowking is. If I start this team with 2 physical walls, I'm going to need to, two passive physical walls, I'm going to need to back that up with special walls to assist them, and then we end up with Wanawa's team. We're not going to do that today. We are building a bulky offense. We are taking Orthworm in a different direction. Lauren, please stop repeating over and over and over. I see it. Zapdos and Molt do not look great because they are not suited for the task. They do not abuse hazards, and they do not fit well in a bulky offense. Please just say it once. If you have a recommendation for a Pokemon, because it's like half the chat is you right now, I'd like to be able to see some others. Okay. We need a knockoff. What we still need. We need... Let's write it down. We need something that can take ghost hits. We need that for sure. We need a good knockoff user. Or 2. Because this hazard stack's definitely going to need that. A breaker, and I think I'd like a sweeper. I think I'd like that. Question from Kai asking, what's your opinion on Boots Hammerot with knockoff, Sucker, and Sacred Sword? The best thing Hisuian Samurott does is set spikes. We are relying on Orthworm to do that. So I don't think this is the best fit for... I don't think this is the best time for Hisuian Samurott. Meowscarada could be good. I do like that it's fast. I like that Orthworm gives us a ground immunity. That is very nice when looking at this team. Recommendation for a Alolan Mach, heck no, way too slow. We're not running an Alolan Mach. An Alolan Mach is also super easy to knock absorb. Like all the big knockoff absorbers completely stop Alolan Mach in its tracks. Yeah, Kingambit is not a breaker. I would contest that point, but it is a sweeper and it does take ghost hits. So we don't really need Balloon Gambit. Remember, Earth Eater. I think King Gambit makes a lot of sense here. I think King Gambit makes a lot of sense here. It's going to be tough to avoid putting it on the team. King Gambit makes a ton of sense. Water Pawn being an idea that is pitched. Meowscarada plus King Gambit is pretty good here. Let's be careful though. I understand King Gambit looks really good, but let's not be too hasty. I think Dark Spam makes sense here, actually. I feel like King Gambit it's difficult to dodge, given the weaknesses we have. I think King Gambit's going to basically end up on the team. I think it works so well, it likes hazards. I mean, it just fits. Now, as for what we go next, there have been two directions pitched. One is Meowscarada, which I do like as a knockoff user. It's not bad at all. The other is, what, Ogerpon? Wellspring, yeah. So this is interesting here. Or was the recommendation to do Grass Pond? Yeah, so Knockoff and Breaker would be Ogerpon in this case. I don't think we want to go Rock Pond. I mean, we could go Rock Pond here, potentially. I definitely want to run a lot of boots, though. Yeah, we are not that weak to water. I mean, we have Dragapult and we have Glowking, but a Water Pond wouldn't hurt. We could do Grass Pond as well. We could do Grass Pond as well. It's an idea. It's an idea for sure. Yeah, I'm looking at these threats here. We still suffer quite a bit to Cinderace, so I'd like to see that rectified. Almost wonder if like an SD Gliscor here could be good. Maybe not. So let's go back to this. Let's just think about this. Let's say we add a Kingambit. That deals with Dragapult. Deals with Goldengo. So Darkrai and Cinderace remain threatening. If it comes in on Orthworm, we're in trouble. Is sort of what that means. When I was saying we need hazard removal, we are definitely not putting hazard removal on this team. Orthworm can do one thing, it is hazard stack. And that's it. On a balanced team, you need hazard removal. But if I'm running an intro set like this, we're not running removal. We're going full throttle. Damage dealing is the goal. So Cinderace is just kind of tough to switch into in general. Ival is, there's an idea pitched to Ival. I think Ival makes sense. We do need a ground, though. We need a ground type, because Raging Bolt is still real, so we've got to answer that. So maybe we do add removal in the form of probably a booster speed Tusk. Yeah, probably Tusk fits here. Gives us a Kingambit answer. We could also go Gliscor. I think SD Score or Tusk are our big two options. So yeah, we might end up adding removal. That could free up. We'd probably still go boots on a lot of Pokemon, because Tusk can't remove these days. Is Tinglu bad here? Yeah, most definitely. Tinglu is definitely bad here. It pretty much does what Orthworm does. So we'd be what I call defensive overlap. Offensive overlap, great. Dark spam, all that stuff is awesome. Defensive overlap, when you have two like bulky Pokemon doing the same thing, only really a good idea on stall when you need that redundancy. Not something you want to do when you're building an offense balance or really any other archetype. Yeah. I think booster speed Tusk does make a lot of sense here. Yeah. Okay, what if we went... Let's say we went booster speed Tusk. What's our last Pokemon here? We might also, if that happens, be able to go with like Eject, Slowking, which could be nice. Yeah. I agree, no Garchomp here. Zamazenta and Ival, I'm hearing. Let's take a look. You know what we always do when there are 5 Pokemon left? We lose to / can't break. Stall. I think we're still screwed against. If we see a stall team, it's still over. Especially if Defog Corv. Because the worm is not PP stalling that. Really ever. So we are in a dire, dire situation. I think it's pretty much over on preview against stall. Yeah, Roaring Moon. Yeah, I can agree with that. Roaring Moon is rough. I think Iron Moth deserves mentioning. I don't think Specs Bolt is that much of an issue. Glowking can still take a hit. Although I don't like that we don't have a Fairy type. A Fairy type would be really good to have. D-Knight would... D-Knight is... Oh, I was going to say... So I thought D-Knight was being rude. I don't think we really lose to D-Knight. We've got a Heavy Slam Orthworm that can kind of wall D-Knight. We've got an Ice Spinner Booster Speed Tusk. We've got a Pulp that can outspeed it a +1 and Wisp it. I don't think D-Knight is that big of an issue. I feel okay about that. Ival is a bit scary. Is Stall viable? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Stall is very viable. Do not underestimate Stall. I don't think we're that rough against Kyurem. Remember, Orthworm has Earth Eater. And can we just say F it and auto-concede to Stall? No. That is not what we do on this channel. We prep good teams that cover many matchups. We do not just auto-concede to Stall. Wisp Darkrai is terrible. Yeah, Darkrai is still bad. I can agree with that. Sub Kyurem, no. Orthworm clicks Heavy Slam. And Glowking can Future Sight, break the sub, Pult can hit past the sub. What part of Sub Kyurem is worrying you? Like, it's not great. It's not like Sub Kyurem we can let it run around free forever. But we have a decent team against Kyurem. As decent as an offense team is going to look against a Kyurem. I feel pretty good saying that. Yeah, I've already got Moth on here. We know that that's a problem. Yeah, Terra Fire sub DD Curum is the end. There's nothing you can do about certain Terra types of sub DD Curum. That's why I wanted it banned. But those voters really, yeah. I mean, I don't understand people. A lot of elections, including some more important ones, have really made me question the sanity of individuals lately. So, okay. Yeah, we probably do want a fairy. I'm thinking maybe like a maybe like a booster Ival, something like that. Let's see. This is tough. I think that's it though, fortunately. I didn't spot anything else that looks terrible. Okay, so we could fix this with Air Balloon Gambit. We could fix that. So we can kind of get Roaring Moon out of there, which leaves us with these guys. Ival, we could declare Glow King enough, but no, that's really not. We're going to need something more in the last slot for Ival. Do we lose to Dondozo? Kind of. Not really. No, Slowking does not have a recovery move, but it has a regenerator, which is... it'll get the job done. Iron Moth, Ival. No, Heatran does not sound good. I don't know what you're on there. It doesn't beat Darkrai, loses on switch into Nasty Plot sets, and beats most Iron Moth, I'll give you that. It does not beat Ival. Unaware Clef. So, guys, let me use this as an example. Somebody in chat said Unaware Clef. On paper, not a terrible idea, right? You Terra, it's going to wall Iron Moth, it'll wall Darkrai, it'll wall Ival without needing to Terra. Why don't we put an Unaware Clefable here? Why don't we slap that on? Unaware leftovers, you know, like Wish, Tect, CM Moonblast, something like this. Nice little Terra Poison, so you can't. But why don't we do this? Because this is really passive. This is a Pokemon that's super easy to switch in, super easy to take advantage of. And we have a team of Pokemon that are not good at switching out. This Clefable needs to be on a team full of Pokemon that can take hits, because when somebody goes and says, okay, I'm going to go into my Wellspring on this, you want to say, okay, let me switch in my Vileplume or something like that on a stall team. We don't have that here. So if you have a really passive Pokemon and then invites in a bunch that's going to threaten you, you can't be doing this. You can only fit Pokemon that allow breakers in if you're on a team that can take those breakers. Primarina, I see what you're saying, but it's not going to help with the Moth problem. Dragonite would deal with most of these problems, but it kind of gets shattered by Stall, which is the problem there. Recommendation from Normal Dude to use Terra Fairy Gleam Moth. I hear you, but Moth is not an answer to Moth. And D-Knight does not lose to Terra Fairy D-Gleam Moth. It lives and then kills, and it can also Terra Normal and kill. Yeah, we could just give the Prim a Terra type. I really don't know about Prim here, though. Because it doesn't help against Stall. It doesn't do what we need. Maybe there is no way. Maybe we've got to abandon the Tusk and rework a little bit. But we would need a ground, or at least let's check some Volt Absorb Lightning Rod Pokemon. Maybe there's something that can help us there. No, that's not going to do it. No, that's not going to do it. Okay. So that does leave us with ground. I don't think Ursaluna fits. And I don't think anything else down here is going to help us against Stall. Like, kind of Mamoswine, but not really. It needs hazards to break, and we can't really count on getting those up. We could go gold over Pult, but I think that's going to be good for the Stall matchup and not really good for anything else, so that's my concern there. Lauren, I've said it. Please stop repeating the same thing in chat over and over. Slack off is not going to do anything. I'm not worried about Slowking getting killed by a Stall team. I'm worried about the fact that we can't break Stall. Slack off is not going to be of any use. Well, I mean, I guess if I had a 5th move slot, I'd take it, but Slowking does not need slack off in most games, least of all against a team that's never really going to do significant damage to it. I said we're not running recovery. I know it has recovery. Okay. Okay. We're not running a Pheasantipity. Does not help with doesn't help with the moth. We could. Okay, so here's an idea. Wispex, Terra Ghost, Future Sight, Ice Beam, Slud. This is the best set against Stall because you can force a Gliscor and to Terra. Because Stall typically has 2 Protect Pokemon, Gliscor and Olo. So if you can threaten them both, Olo with the Poison, Gliscor with an Ice Beam, it makes your Future Sights a lot more effective. Recommendation for Scarf, Okie dokie. How fast is this thing? 80? No, we're not putting a Scarf on an 80 speed Pokemon. Not enough. Somebody says AV Mola kind of cracks here. Defensively, yes. Beating Stall, no. But here's what I'm thinking. We can kind of a little bit sort of rely on this. We can also maybe kind of sort of hope that the Stall team does not have... Okay, here's an idea. We could Terra Ghost against the Corviknight and then rotate between Spikes and Stealth Rock, so it has to let us get up hazards. So actually, if we Terra Orthworm, we do kind of have a Stall response. So that's something. As far as iPal goes, there's a very interesting set I recently saw that I think might actually fit well here. That might get us what we need, because it's good against Stall, and it's good against a lot of other things too. It is Booster Speed, and we run CM, Moonblast, Psyshock, and Close Combat. Pretty cool, right? I think so. This seems interesting to me. I think this could work here. Let's just give it a go, honestly. I do think we go Air Balloon. I think it's a tough call. Terra Fire makes sense. Our team struggles a bit with Wisp. I think we do go Terra Fire here. And I think we have a lot against Zama, so I think we do go Terra Fire here. And we'll just go Iron Head. We'll go with a 16 speed maybe. I think we do want this to be on the bulkier side. If we run into a Brick Break Roaring Moon, we run into a Brick Break Roaring Moon. You can't win them all. You just can't. Glowking, eject. Yeah, we'll just go Terra Water. Let's not think too hard about this. It's not going to be a big deal, and we probably won't Terra it very often anyway. So I think with one hazard, we can guarantee one hazard against the Corv. Yeah, I believe I do have it off. Yes, I do have DMs turned off. Thank you, Manoa. Okay, so we've got that in. Dragapult, darts, U-turn. Standard there as well. I prefer minus Spadef. Kind of a personal preference thing, not a big deal. Gambit, okay, we got that in. Great Tusk. Probably bulk up, rapid spin, headlong rush, and ice spinner. We can go Terra Ice here. Gives us a nice little boost. We could also go Terra Ghost. I do see the appeal in that. You can kind of set up on Zama, which can be nice. Although, I mean, it'll crunch you down if you don't have leftovers. But to fun fact, you know, Tusk with like Terra Fairy, Poison, whatever, it does win the bulk up war against Zama. It's just so fat. It gets the job done. So let's do this. And what is it? 248, 4 and 4. I think that looks good. Yes, indeed. Okay, we've got Orthworm locked in, Earth Eater, Terra Ghost, Regenerator, Infiltrator. Yes, we want that because we have boots, and a bunch of Photosynthesis. I am worried about our webs matchup. However, we do have resources. The Tusk can live a Raging Bolt hit, so that's good. Yeah, I think our web's MU is far from envious, or enviable, but it's not. It could be worse. We can probably, what on webs are we getting? We can stack up the Orthworm on Tusk, so we can start getting hazards there, and we have boots. I think the webs MU will be tough, maybe serviceable. We'll kind of just have to see how it goes. I do like the Ivel though. It does outspeed, max speed can gambit even on webs. So that is good. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to roll. So let's search. Let's go for it. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break while this searches, and I will be back, and we'll get this going. Hello, everybody. So, for whoever said, can't we just ignore stall? This is why we don't. It is unfortunately core of stall. Let's lead with Orthworm, and let's get up rocks. Oh, I have no knock. I forgot that. Okay, maybe we go like SDI Val, something like that. Yeah, I forgot knockoff. This is gonna be rough. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's okay. Let's get things cracking in here. Okay, let's immediately bring in. What do we want to bring in here? We don't really have any good way of pressuring Corv. We can future sight here. I expect Gliscor is going to protect. Like, it's not going to want to just risk taking an Ice Beam here. Cool. Okay. So we can Chili. Okay. Unfortunately, T-Wave Blissey. Definitely not what you want to see, obviously. Let's bring in Ivel here. And let's Calm Mind. I think that works, because we can probably bait in Clodsire and Psyshock it. We'll have to game our hearts out. It's also got a Garganackle, so we're never getting anywhere with Dragapult. This is like the last stall team I wanted to see, Garg, Corv. But as I said, you know, sometimes there's, as I say, I always say there's a stall for every team. Sometimes you just get stalled. Let's see him again. Let's Moonblast, we get some damage. Oh, it's Iron Head. Yeah. I think we replace something on the team and search again. Probably this is the end. Is that special? Let's check. I think that's Fizz Def. Yeah. Yeah, that's Fizz Def, so we're not. Let's go Pult here. We can at least do that. Let's U-turn. There is a way out of this. So here's the good news. If this Corv doesn't have Defog, we might be able to make something work here with a mix of Dragapult. It's not Boots Garg, folks. Hold on, we have a game. We have a game on our hands. Let's Rapid Spin here. Just get these off the field. Gliscor comes in, cool. I could Terra Ice and blow this thing up. I don't think we do. Well, it's tempting. Let's go Slowking. I think that's better. I don't think the Gliscor goes for hazards here. That's the one thing I'm pretty confident it won't do. Yeah, went for poison. So that's not too bad. And what's the rocker? Oh, there is no rocker revealed yet. I'll Chili now. Okay, we do get the Chili off. That's great. That's great. Let's go Worm. So at this point, we have to rely on the Corv not being defogged. If the Corv is defogged, we're cooked, right? We lose. I'm going to try to Heavy Slam Blissey as it tries to stay in. Okay, we don't get it. Let's Spike. If the Corv is defogged, we lose. So, yeah, we have really no way of getting past the team in that case. I mean, I won't necessarily give... Okay, it's defogged. That's... So, we basically... It's over. I mean, there's... I guess I could U-turn on Garg with Pult many, many times. Maybe with Future Sight... Actually, no. I've given up too early. Future Sight, Slowking plus Dragapult can win this game. Future Sight plus Dragapult. And as I said, we can pressure Corv here a little bit. No, it's not over yet. There are things we can do here. There are things we can do here. We can start revising the team while Showdown Fail takes forever to click defog again. I was gonna say, it's not rocket science here. Okay. So we can trade this for a little while. That's the good news. We can get up one hazard on Corv. Probably. Problem is it can kind of chip us down with Iron Head. But, and it does have enough PP to kill us. We can maybe try to PP stall, switch around, be a little tricky with it. Not really, though. Not a whole lot of flexibility here. We can't body press. We'll get PP stalled easily. Corv U-turns out. Total throw from our opponent. We love to see it. Yeah, so that was just a bad play. I don't know why our opponent did that. I think let's calc the U-turn damage from earlier. U-turn, and this is a, what set is this? This is a like a very Spidef Garg. Usually these are min-max, so I'm just going to change this to 252. Pult U-turn did how much earlier? 13 to Barricade. Is this Wanawa? Okay, it's S. I don't know who's PMing me. I'm not going to look at PMs during a game, during a stream. Because I don't know what people are sending me. Maybe it's private info. So I'm not going to be checking my Discord. Okay. Let's see. Pult U-turn did 13. So this is like no defense. So our body press is doing that much, and we do outspeed. I'm clicking body press, okay? Fair enough. I am so happy to see that. I do not mind that one bit. I really don't, because we can. Yeah, no, I'm totally okay with that. Actually, I am totally okay with that. I genuinely do not mind at all. I mean, obviously it'd be better if it wasn't Terra Fairy, but at least, you know, the cards have been dealt. That's what I like here. Actually, though, do we just lose to this thing? It's a good question. Probably not. I think Glowking can probably... I'm imagining it's Body Press last, so Glowking can probably muscle past this. Let's Sludge Bomb and find out. But no, it is fully specially bulky, so we may be in trouble here. I'm definitely feeling our lack of a knockoff user. We can go for it again. Yeah, we're doing a lot, but not quite enough. This is definitely scary, and we, of course, you know, there is also that devastating para chance. We get Salt Cured on the switch, well played by our opponent. We can go into Slowking here. Body Press is doing... I really wish we weren't Parrot. I probably shouldn't have been so callous with our Glowking there. No, it has none of that, so we can Chili here. Maybe PP stalling is a possible angle here. It won't be an easy angle, but it might be an angle. It's 19 Salt Cures, yeah. Let's go Tusk, I think. Yeah, that's good. Let's go Pult. I'm feeling the Body Press coming. Good, we got it. We can go Tusk here. I think the Salt Cure comes out. Good. Go Glowking again. Can Chili here. Okay. The PP stall plan is going pretty well. Can U-turn here into Tusk. Okay, we got Body Pressed. Fair enough. Go Ival, I think it can take one here. Yeah, surely Ival can take one here. Oh, we just get Body Pressed. Well played. Can Chili here. Yeah, I don't think we can PP stall this, but we have to try. We absolutely do have to try. I'm confident that I'm making the right moves to try to get out of this situation. How many Salt Cures left? We got 8. 8 more that I can hit Dragapult with. Okay, unfortunate critical hit there. I think I have to go Pult, maybe. Okay, we get Salt Cured, yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna switch Pult. I don't think Salt Cure comes off here. I don't think it does. It's a hard call, but I'm not... We got Salt Cured. Okay. Oh, we get parried. Yeah, we could not afford that turn. Okay. Let's go back into Slowking. Go for a Chili. And Pult. Back into Slowking. Go for another Chili. Not what you want to see. I'm gonna Pult. How many Salt Cures? We got 4. Yeah. This is, I mean, we kind of just got screwed on matchup here. I think I played this pretty... I'm happy with how I've been playing this, but... Let's go Orthworm here, hopefully on a Salt Cure. Good, that's good. Let's bring in Pult on the Body Press. We have to make plays. We got to keep stuff alive. Okay, good. Got the read there. Body Press again. I'll go for Chili here. Okay, good. We got one more. One more Salt Cure, 2 more Body Presses. Yeah. This is definitely down to the wire. I think I go Worm. I think Worm is. I think Worm is the expendable Pokemon here. If our opponent plays any kind of well, it is just going to get Darkrai. I mean, it is, sorry, not Dark. It is just going to get defogged and Iron-headed down by Corv. So, yeah, this is what we do here. Okay, Salt Cure. That is what we wanted to see. And Gliscor, we're going to click Ice Beam immediately, obviously. Okay, we had Chili here. Blissey comes in. All right, Gambit, let's do this. We've got the Supreme boosts, so that's not bad. Kowtow. I think hard Kowtow is probably our move here. I wonder if the Blissey's going to stay in. I think we accept that. If the Blissey stays in, maybe hope for a T-Wave miss. Make no mistake, we are in a dire, dire situation. But I don't think it's unwinnable. So I think we Ironhead for the Blissey stay in. Oh my gosh, this is a fast Blissey. Or am I just, maybe I just calced wrong. That's not good. Obviously, that's not good. But it's still a resource. Kingambit's definitely still a resource. Okay, let's Kowtow just for chip. Something else, we have not Terra'd yet, so we can... Yeah, we've lost Tusk, so wow, that did nothing. Let's SD here. I'm shocked that cow... Did I forget, like, investment on my Kingambit? No, I didn't. That was just, I guess that was just like a minimum roll against a super defensive Gliscor. Yeah, that was exactly what it was, a minimum roll against a super defensive Gliscor. So we don't have boots on Glowking either. Okay, at least we get a critical hit kill on Gliscor. That's definitely not bad. No, I mean, this was a fail in the team builder. I'm really happy with how I played this. I think we've put ourselves in a position where, depending on Dozo sets, there's a small chance of victory. I still think there is a way to maybe win this with Dragapult, potentially. We stay in here. If we get body press, I mean, we have to hope it's not body press. I know Dozo runs body press almost every time, but we go into Glowking here. We're just going to die to whatever the next hit is. It is body press. We do get the Kowtow off, though. Let's go Pult. No, actually, it's definitely just going to click the other move. We can sack... No. Well, Kingambit's never coming in again. Let's just click Kowtow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Avalanche, that makes sense. Avalanche makes sense here. That's good. We can, yeah, we might as well just sack. Actually, regen no, but we're taking more from hazards than we get from regen, aren't we? So there's no value in that. Let's just let it die. Future sight time. We need to Ice Beam Freeze. That's the move here. We do not. We get Flinch instead. Well, I'm going to go for it again. We once again need an Ice Beam Freeze. We do not get it. GG. I did my best. I think I played it well. We had a completely unwinnable matchup. That's pretty much kind of how Stall sometimes goes. But in this case, that was sort of our fault for getting a knockoff Pokemon. Definitely not good. You need those. You very much need those against Stall. But we see the problem there. Corviknight just defogs against the Orthworm. That is one of the reasons I did not want to run this Pokemon, because I don't think it's very good. Probably particularly not good on bulky offense, but I don't just want to repeat what Wanawa made. Yeah, okay. God, we got another hour of this stream. Normally I'm really into this, but I just think this Pokemon is so uninteresting and really, really dull. Okay, back to the builder indeed. Let's figure something out here. Let's do it. I feel like maybe the Eyeval's not the move. Well, the problem is we can't even rely on having hazards. Like, how are we supposed to break Stall when the Corviknight's just going to defog whatever Orthworm does? Maybe we need a Goldengo. I think we need a Goldengo. I don't think there's another way. I don't see another way. I think we need a gold. Yeah, because if we can't, we need a knock user and a Goldengo. We've got to ensure that Orthworm's hazards stay up. So I think Pult needs to leave in favor of gold. No, there will be no Flamigo stream. Reuniclus, I would like to make a Reuniclus team. I love Reuniclus. So the problem now is fire. Excuse me. Fire and water are now the concerns. So let's make another we lose to list. We lose to part 2. No, we're not going to run Defiant Kingambit. That's not an answer. See, because Defiant Kingambit is one of those Pokemon that would help us in, like, maybe 20-30% of matchups and be really bad in 70 to 80%. Ogerpon, we have removal, we have hazards. The conditions are rather optimal for Ogerpon, but we gotta make a list of what we lose to first. Cinderace, Iron Moth. Any other fire types we want to get on here? Moltres. Yeah, we might have to ditch... Guys, somebody in chat, I don't know if it's many of you or one of you, has just been glazing Scarf Samurott. Scarf Samurott is really good at setting spikes. We have a spike setter. We don't need more spikes. If Orthworm can't set spikes, then it can't do anything. Stop saying Hisuian Samurott, guys. We have a spike setter. I'm not saying, like, maybe you could run it. Like, maybe there are some teams that run, like, a Tinglu and a Hisuian Samurott as a spiker, whatever. But no, I don't think... It does not fulfill what we need defensively. And I also just don't think Scarf is a very good set. Maybe better on some bulkier teams or some HOs that are okay with sacking it. But bulky offense for Scarf... I mean, I guess it could work. But I do not see it fitting here. No, I don't think we're going to go Cloak. I don't know what we're going to run on gold. Maybe like Nasty Plot, Cuss Staff could be nice. Yeah, we could go like Head Smash Tusk. That could be fun. I'd be down to go Head Smash Tusk. Helps a little bit. It helps. It doesn't do... that's not a solution, but it helps. Tusk is here for removal and a ground immunity. Those things are important. Harkonine? No. Banded Harkonine does not fit on this team. Banded Harkonine needs a lot more solid pivots and a decent defensive core because it is very easy to revenge kill. Our team does not have a defensive core that can support a Harkonine. Why not Stone Edge? Because Head Smash is equally accurate and a lot stronger. And it does a lot more to, like, everything. It kills Kyurem, Stone Edge doesn't. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Actually, I don't know if it kills Kyurem, but it definitely does a lot more to Kyurem than Stone Edge would. This is tough. So we need a knock user. Yeah. Let's see. If we put a U-turn Ogerpon, we lose to Moltres. I mean, sorry, we lose to Iron Moth. Yeah, Boots Volcanion loses to Iron Moth too. That thing's special defense is terrible. Meowscarada also loses to Iron Moth. Guys, this is the big... Come on, look. Got an Iron Moth. We have a big Iron Moth problem. Look at Fiery Dance. We cannot add something that does not deal with it for our last slot. Maybe like Dragonite, but that leaves us with a pretty slow team. No, and that's not a knock user. Let's look at this. Let's see if any of these... None of these things even resist fire, do they? No. Like, kind of Wake could do it, but then... Yeah, this is really not good. Maybe we ditch this, maybe? What if we ditch this for a Darkrai? With, here's a set I like. Knockoff, Sucker, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam. Or, no, it's Sludge Bomb last. Sludge Bomb. This set's pretty fun. So, someone said knock off Avian Polion. You don't just need a knock user, you need a knock user that can break the common knock absorbers. That's a big deal here. So let's not forget about that. This covers the stall matchup. A gold plus double hazards plus removal plus a black. Oh, nope. Glasses. Thank you. Iron Boulder is not real. And it kind of gets handled by Orthworm, to be frank. Okay, so that helps. I think getting rid of Gambit was probably the move there. Gambit was not performing super consistently anyway. Does Black Glasses Dark Pulse? Let's check. It definitely with Terra Dark, but... There we go. So, no, not a special one. But if we Terra Dark, then yes. But also nobody's going into a Darkrai. I mean, nobody's going into a Gliscor on a Darkrai. That would be wild. Blaziken as an idea for the last slot. Doesn't deal with Iron Moth, though. Blaziken needs double Protect to deal with Iron Moth. You guys have a lot of ideas. Zaid, I've seen the... No, I've addressed Iron Boulder. Thick Fat? No, I don't think there's a thick... I mean, we could run like a Snorlax. That'd be kind of funny. Snorlax, I mean, it would get the job done, but I don't think... Actually, hold up. Bear with me a moment as we ponder Snorlax. Snorlax. You know, it's not bad. Azumarill is a good idea. Ironically, we wouldn't run Thick Fat, but Azumarill is actually not a bad idea. Problem is Wellspring. Every time you run an Azumarill, it's like Wellspring Jump Scare. So it's just not that good of a Pokemon. But I mean, Snorlax is like low-key getting it done. Probably not, right? We probably don't run a Snorlax. I need a Water Resist. Yeah, that's true. Well, we can take this up. We have now a good knock user. We need a Water Resist. Darkrai gives us... I think the Darkrai Gold is better than the Pult Gambit version, because this gives us a way better stall matchup. Where is Hoopa? We're not running Hoopa. Hoopa takes a lot of support. You need to have it on balanced teams. Hoopa gets U turned on and dies, so you cannot put a Hoopa U on an offensive team. With the exception of maybe running some like sub-Select Nasty Plot sets on Hyper Offense, maybe some Scarf sets on offense, potentially some Eject Pack stuff on offense, but generally if you're running a Breaking like a Banded Hoopa, you cannot put that on an offense team. It will not work well. You will get U turned on and hate your life. Okay. We need a water resist and a fire resist. It's sounding like dragon. Hey, we got a $2 donation from, I'm not going to say the middle, but Anthony Dawkins. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Anthony, a great IRL friend, and apparently he's got some great movies to show me. I look forward to it. Next time I'm back from university, we definitely will get together and watch some movies. So let's think about this. Let's just search. Are there any dragons that fit the bill here? You know what? You know what I like here is Raging Bolt. I feel like Raging Bolt is doing what we need it to do. Huh. Yeah. Maybe Bolt is the answer. Dragonite could be good here. But okay, let's continue this We Lose To Part 2 quickly. Let's continue this. Let's continue this list before we make any calls. What do we do versus Stall? The plan is mostly Terra Darkrai, but we also get full hazards against Stall, which is huge. That's huge. Do we really need Tusk here? I think we do. Yeah, because we need a ground type, right? So, unless you want to get smoked by Bolt. But we can write down the idea. R, Bolt, and Dragonite, both possibilities. So, okay, we lose to Ogerpon. Wogerpon, let's add that in, just so we know which one we're talking about. Low-key like Araquanid. We actually get smoked by Araquanid on lead. It's that bad. Well, not really. Maybe a bit of an example. We have Glowking, but like... No, we actually do kind of get smoked by Araquanid on lead. What do you mean our ground immunity isn't good versus Tusk? I mean, it's not great. That's true. No, we have to Terra Orthworm, and even then it just stacks up. It doesn't really stop Tusk. So, but D-Knight isn't really so good either. Yeah, we would want something for Bolt. Oh, Webs? Oh, we lose to Webs, yeah. We get destroyed by Webs. It's so over. Like, the second we see a Webs team, it is over. So that's not great. No, I'm not running... Empoleon with competitive is not going to beat a Webs team. Yes, it gets a boost to special attack, and then dies to a Raging Bolt. Let's not pretend like Empoleon is going to be like the Webs answer we've all been waiting for. Okay. Yeah, like a Boots, we could go Boots Tusk. That would help a lot with Webs. It would help with Webs. What else are we losing to? Darkrai. Because we're counting on Speed Tie wins. Well, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, we're losing a Darkrai. Dragalge smokes Webs if you believe hard enough. But Dragalge smokes Webs if you smoke hard enough. Dragapult is pretty scary. Well, I don't know. Maybe not Dragapult. Nah, Dragapult's pretty scary. What if we just run Webs to counter the Webs? The classic, let's just run Webs. I feel you, I do, but we've got we don't need that. Do funny Lantern? We're not doing Lantern here. It's definitely not the move, I can assure you that. Okay. Viewership is great, though, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy to have you all in attendance. Hey, we got a $2 donation from another IRL friend of mine, Tim. I hate that, Anthony. Eyes Wide Shut, more like bad. Yeah, so I saw Eyes Wide Shut. I didn't care for it. It was not my type of movie. It wasn't terrible, but it was definitely not my type of movie. It was a lot more erotic than I realized it would be. I would not recommend it unless you're like one of those film people. But okay, let's see here. This is tough. Someone says the Snorlax route looking good. Like, no, not really, because we still need an Ogerpon answer. And Snorlax obviously gets smoked by that. Hatterene, I mean, yeah, kind of Hatterene denies webs. Araquanid actually does a ton with the Surf, but it doesn't do anything else we need. We have to cover this entire list, not just webs. It insists upon itself. Nice. I feel like what we need is like a Boots Dragon. I feel like D-Knight... Dragonite feels like the move. If we go Booster Speed, Head Smash, Tusk, I think Dragonite is the move. This gives us a team that really struggles with Tusk. Maybe we have to go Scarf Gold. This is tough. Head Smash on Tusk is for Molt and some other birds. My concern is Tusk weakness. This team looks so weak to Great Tusk. It really does. Let's count on Orthworm maybe to deal with that. We'll see how that goes. Dragonite, I think Wake could be potentially interesting. Probably not, though. Yeah, looking at all this... Could also go Boots Rye, that would help a lot. Maybe we abandon this dark thing and we just go Ice Beam with Boots Rye. That makes our Webs MU a million times better immediately. Yeah, it really does. Probably that. Like, I like the idea of running Glasses Triple Dark, but maybe not the move here. Feels like it's struggling with a lot of things that we needed help with. This seems manageable. I think we give this a try on ladder. The interesting question now is what Goldango set. There are a lot of things we could do. I could see Air Balloon. I kind of want to try sub Custap. I have no good reason for this. I just kind of want to try it. But okay, no, let's not be careless. Let's not be careless. Let's think about what Goldango set's actually going to fit. As much as I want to just slap sub NP Custap, let's see if it actually fits. I feel like Shaka makes sense. I could see Colbur. Ival is pretty scary. I could definitely see Colbur for that. Does this thing get Endure? Do we want to run Endure? That's probably a little dramatic. Let's do it. Let's just do it and see what happens. I think like a bulky set, we can go Modest. We'll go just enough speed to outpace. Gambit. Excuse me. There we go. Maybe do we want to outspeed Gliscor? Sure, let's outspeed Wake. Let's go there, and then we can pop that in. This seems fine. Maybe I do need Balloon. Okay, we'll write it down. We'll write it down and see how the Tusk MU ends up turning out. I think we just go with a DD Terra Normal Extreme Speed set. I think that's going to be our ticket here. We do need the priority, so that helps out. We could go Hurricane, probably just Ice Spinner. Probably just Ice Spinner EQ is the best set. We can refine the D-Knight. Whoops. Ice Spinner EQ. We can refine the D-Knight later. But for now, let's just go the super standard one. I think that's okay. This team looks so whack. I'm not convinced this will perform well, but let's... Oh, I forgot EVs. Let's go special minus... Well, this is our thing that takes Shadow Balls, so let's actually... Let me walk that back. We'll go there. This is made by Glitch X City. 2-hour Pokemon Battle Remix. You can look it up on YouTube. I'm thinking we give this a try. I'm not optimistic, but I will say if we run into a stall team, that I feel good about. I feel pretty good about beating the stall team. Maybe we go Terra Poison on Rye for the IVAL matchup. I think that seems better. Okay, let's give it a go. While this searches, I'm going to quickly get myself some water. I am parched. Okay. I like Moth. I like Worm here. We can block Gold. I'm sorry. What am I saying? We can block. You know what I'm trying to say. We can block Defog with Gold. Let's lead Worm. That's not obviously what we wanted to see. We can eject on this immediately. Unfortunately, we see the boost. Definitely not what you want to see. Let's suppose this is Terra Fairy. Does D-Gleam kill here? No, not even close. Let's Earthquake. Flying? Oh, good heavens. If I Extreme Speed this, can Glow King kill with an Ice Beam? No, it cannot. Do I have to Terra Normal Extreme Speed? What is this? Dude... What is that? That's not a set. Okay. If we Terra Normal Extreme Speed, then go into Glow King, that will get the job done. Do I need Terra badly for anything else? No, we don't lose here. It's just, this is just irritating. I don't think I need Terra for anything else. I think I can win this game if we just do this here. So let's get those. There we go. Good damage. And we'll just go for the, think about covering switches. We'll Ice Beam here. For a second, I thought eject button wasn't consumed. I was terrified. Dark Pulse. Life Orb, not killing here. Probably just Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb for damage, then things get scary. We might have to get, no. We have to Sludge Bomb for damage. Liquidation. Physical Greninja. Okay. Liquidation. Well, I don't know what to make of that. 59. Jolly. Let's check that. Liquidation. 59. Like Mystic Water. It's not banded. We should do 59. Might be choice banded. Hold on. Actually, yeah, that looks right in the range of what we'd expect. Well, okay, I think we get an Orthworm here. If the physical Gren, I mean, that's definitely invested. Yeah, that's banded. Cool. So we can get up rocks here. That's good. We take a lot more than I would have liked from that Greninja, but I guess it was banded. Okay, Skeleturge taking rocks. We like to see that. I think just hard Darkrai is going to be my best response here. We do just want a Dark Pulse. Corviknight comes in. Body Press is killing. Let's go Goldengo. No real reason not to, right? Great. I'm feeling like I substitute here. This seems... Well, Clodsire might just come in, right? Maybe let's click Shadow Ball instead, in case it's unaware Clawed. Because if we set up and then it's not, you know, it ends up doing nothing at all. You can go Orthworm here and Spike. Go Gold again. Okay, we can Shadow Ball. If, yeah. Cool. I wonder if Make It Rain kills now. Based on the Shadow Ball damage, did 28. So, how much did we do before? Let's check that. 26. We've been getting unusually high rolls. I think we go for it. Okay, we got the Corv switch. Great. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this Claude might be like Mixed Death or something. So, I think I want to go hard Tusk. Because I don't want this thing to SD up and then Scale Shot. And it could Scale Shot on Orthworm. Okay, cool. We get the forfeit. We get the win. Not a super serious or good team we were facing, but a win is a win. We take it. The team got through the first trial. Did I say GG? I think I did. I did, yeah. Cool. Okay. I think we lead with Orthworm. It looks good into pretty much everything here. Yeah, no removal outside of Corv is wild. Yes, indeed. Praveen, you are live. No, this is not the Wanawa team. This is my own take on Orthworm. Unfortunately. In a perfect world, I never had to build around this thing. Let's just go for... Okay, that's obviously not great. So we're seeing the problem with my vision here. I think I just spike and accept this is going to happen. That Orthworm is dead. Yeah, maybe we needed more than D-Knight. I think we do just let Orthworm go down here. I mean, it is good for Tusk. But like, okay, if I go... Well, okay, here's an alternative sequence. We go D-Knight here, we Extreme Speed, then we go Darkrai, Dark Pulse. If the Ogerpon goes for Terra, my Tusk can come in and pick it off, at which point it kind of comes down to, can my Goldengo live a Tusk hit? No, never. It kind of comes down to guessing games at that point. So what I'm currently trying to think here is if I let Worm go down or if I preserve it. No, but the Tusk can't. Okay, I think I see the vision. So here's what we do. We go into this, we E-Speed. It might not kill us here. That's the ideal world. It probably will, but it might not be able to kill us here. So we E-Speed here. Because if we leave Orthworm alive, we can play games with Tusk. We see the immediate Terror. That's actually best, because now I can just go immediately into the booster Tusk, and this does threaten the kill with Headlong Rush, which is great. Assuming no Balloon, there probably will be a Balloon, I'm guessing, but Headlong just looks really good here. We could have Head Smash there, maybe. Head Smash against the Wellspring, what was it at, 58? No, that would have been super risky. Let's go Slowking. Aatrox comes in immediately. Well played. Well played. I got nothing to say. That was great. Let's go into Tusk here. Okay. Razor Shell. Yeah, we lost our water Pokemon, didn't we? Let's Headlong. If it's Scarf, we're in a really bad spot, but I have to just click again. Okay, thank God it's not Scarf. And it does Razor Shell again. Okay. This is workable. I feel like I'm in a playable game here. We can go in here. If it's AV, it will live a Dark Pulse, I believe. Yeah, so we do want to Sludge Bomb. That is correct here. Okay, Sucker Punch. A little bit of chip on Darkrai, but not too bad. That's good. We could Terra Poison here. I want to save the Terra. Probably for Worm, so let's go Slowking. I'm going to go into Gold. And then we're going to double in Orthworm. It's a read. Okay, just click knockoff. The Tusk had knock. I was hoping it obviously wouldn't. But let's check that damage, that knockoff. That is invested. That knockoff is invested, which means Darkrai, Ice Beam has not a great chance to kill, but a chance to kill. Let's go Orthworm to try to make this thing take a little bit of Rocky Helmet chip. So Darkrai guaranteed kills, and then we'll go Gold. Okay. Now armed with that chip, we're going to lose to Kingambit. Yeah, I just kind of realized that we really have no answer to Gambit. We can maybe Dark Pulse flinch it. That's one way. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Let's Dark Pulse flinch this thing. Okay, we didn't get the first one. We did not get the second one either. GG. Yeah, I don't know. I think my game plan here was solid. I just think our team is kind of bad. Yeah, I think this was a bad team moment. I think my game plan was pretty solid there. We got up, we kind of pressured. Maybe this team is not good enough against Gambit. Like, we just have a booster speed Tusk for Gambit. That's probably the issue. We need more. So let's rethink this Dragonite then. Is there anything we could put here that would help more against King Gambit? We got a recommendation from Normal Dude to replace Glowking / Tusk and Pult for 2 Darkmons. I mean, Pult hasn't been here for a while, but maybe we can give up the Tusk. It hasn't been very good. I mean, it was okay that game, but it's kind of the only thing in our way of not getting even smoked even harder by Gambit. This is probably the point at which I would just scrap and rebuild with a new team concept if I was built. So for anyone that's watching this as a guide to building, when your team is looking like this, like, you kind of just throw it out and restart. But because we only have like 20 minutes left, I'll try to make something work here. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Wake being slower than Wellspring is so unfortunate. Okay, here's an idea. We go back to this, and we run like a Wisp Pult here. And then we gotta change the gold up. Well, actually, well, Sub is pretty good for Gambit. But I think the Tusk, we're probably not. I think this could work. This could work. Yeah, so this gives us, we got a nice Boots fast Pokemon for Webs. It allows us to go this and get some priority on Darkrai. We're going to drop this for Sucker, so that kind of helps with Moth. We keep Tusk, and this Wisp helps with Gambit. Yeah. We can maybe switch Goldengo set to have Focus Blast as well. But this helps. We definitely do want priority here, yeah. Okay, let's give this a go. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give this a whirl. Mixed Darkrai, not really a thing, but you can use it. The only physical attack it runs is knockoff. If you run into like a Swords Dance Darkrai, you're facing a cheeser. I mean, it's not terrible though. Like SD Darkrai can have like shock factor, 90, like 125 speed, 90 attack with Swords Dance is not actually that bad. So like you could run an SD Darkrai, probably run SD Knock, like SD Knock, Sucker, Drain Punch maybe. I don't really know. I wouldn't recommend it. But no, generally Mixed Darkrai is only a thing as far as Sucker Punch and Knockoff. It doesn't run any other moves, and mostly just knockoff. Sucker Punch is very rare, but we need priority here, and I think it fits. Okay, let's give it a go. I think we once again just lead with Orthworm. Cool. I'm happy to stay in on this. Yeah, my opponent realized that that we were in the winning spot there. We go Slowking. Okay, we get burned. I'll just chilly out here. Probably the Moltres will try to U-turn. Oh no, switches so we maintain our eject button. That's really great. I'm going to go Tusk here and click Headlong Rush. If this Treads wants to remove rocks in exchange for Tread's life, I'm happy. I'll take that deal. I think we got a good deal there. Treads is gone, no more removal. That's what that means. Let's go Worm. Let's go for rocks. Probably, do we spike up here or do we body press? I mean, sorry, do we rock up? Yeah, no, spike up was what I meant. Let's spike. Okay, we got Encore. So, okay, it's one of these. That's not good. We really are not good against Aatrot. Let's go Tusk. And let's Rapid Spin, I guess. Yeah, we'll go for a read. We'll go for a read here. Pult comes in. Okay, well. You win some, you lose most. Let's go into Slowking. U-turn here will do quite a bit. Do we want to... We could... A Terra Dark Sucker doesn't even like have a good chance to kill. Let's knock here. Aatrot comes in. Okay, we get rid of a Sash. Doesn't mean much. Let's Sludge Bomb. Actually, will Dark Pulse get the guaranteed kill here based on that knock damage? It will, so let's go for that. We get Aqua Jetted, so Darkrai can come in. Let's see the HP. Do we go for it here, folks? 31. I don't think we're in... How desperate of a spot are we in? Is really the question we're asking ourselves here. Because we could take guaranteed chip on Pult or go for a 31% chance to kill. Let's see. How desperate of a spot are we in? And will we need Terra for anything else, really? I think we're in a super bad spot, actually. I think we're about to get farmed by all these Pokemon. I think we gotta go for it. Let's do it. It also might be minus defense Pult. It was not minus defense Pult. We don't get the roll and we die. Okay. Actually, was that calcing minus defense? No. So it was unfortunately a minus Spidef Dragapult. Yeah, anyway, let's go into this and let's U-turn. We definitely are in the realm of we're going for speed ties. Okay, we don't get burned. That's good. Go Tusk again. I think Head Smash here seems like the move. We can kill the Molt. It's a super fast Moltres. Okay, yeah, I mean, okay. GG. Alright, I really don't want to... I have never wanted to build this Pokemon, and the more I use it, the more I hate it. Yeah, I'm thinking probably it is just usable on balance. This kind of Earthworm offense, this thing's so passive, it actually dies really quickly. Like, without recovery, this thing dies 2 physical hits. It's been dying the entire time. It's not nearly bulky enough to do what I want it to do here. It is not Tinglu. I despise this team. Let's play a couple more games with it and tank our elo because I have 15 more minutes till I can leave and never play this Pokemon again. HF, okay. Let's lead Orthworm. Let's stack up. Actually, no. Everybody and their mom leads with Rotom Wash. Let's lead. Well, yeah, no, let's just lead with Darkrai. "15 more minutes, and I never have to play with Orthworm again." Okay, Tinkaton, let's go Earthworm. Let's do this. Winala Pinkacross says, if I win a tournament, I can still choose an Orthworm stream again. No, absolutely not. I got rid of that system because people kept choosing things I did not want to build with and did not find interesting. If I'm not interested in what I'm building, I think it comes through on the stream. And, yeah, no, there were a lot of times people kept picking stuff I just did not want to build. So what I'm changing it to now is I'll give the tour winner a list of things they can pick from. We are no longer just doing a free select whatever you want thing because people are going to pick whatever they just used to win the tour. That's happened both times. People just pick whatever they won the tour with, so we get like doubled up content of one Pokemon. And sometimes it's terrible content. Like the guy picked like Charizard. Charizard is such a boring Pokemon to build because whether it's on Sun, in Nat, like any way you use a Mega Charizard, maybe not so much in Natex, which is why I tried to use it in there, but Charizard is just a fundamentally boring Pokemon. It needs so much support because of its hazard weakness, and Sun, it ends up looking like the exact same team every time, basically. So I'm definitely not just allowing tour winners to pick whatever they want anymore, and there will never be another Orthworm stream. Of that I'm 100% well, not 100%, never say never, but if all rationality holds, there will not be another Orthworm stream. Let's go for a spike here. I'm tired of getting gamed on. Okay, Orthworm lives. We get up a spike. Good. Let's go Slowking. Okay, we get crunched. Fine. Let's just sack Worm. I don't think. Well, no, it could come in on Tinglu still. We can go Tusk here. I think second crunch will come out. We get CC'd. Okay, I mean, that's fine. We can just... Well, let's Headlong Rush here on the Pecharunt. I think the Rapid Spin is a little obvious. I do hate Orthworm. This has not been a pleasant time, to be frank. This is a terrible team. I will post it as I... Okay, Rotom comes in. It's kind of annoying, but, you know, whatever. I will post it as I always do. I highly recommend... I do not recommend you use this team. If you value your elo, do not use this team. That's my instruction to you guys. Do not use this team. Wow, my Wash Tongue just keeps coming in. I don't know what to say. I guess my opponent's not really caring about the rocks. Fair enough. We can probably win this game. I think we can do this. I'm just trying to think. The risk is losing a Weavile. Let's Rapid Spin here. Wow, Pecharunt came in. That's correct. I mean, hey, well played. Let's go Gold here. Okay, Hex will not two-shot. Let's Nasty Plot and then nuke the Tinglu. I think that sounds good. Or we can actually, let's just make it rain, and then we can go Orthworm on the Tinglu. That seems better. Why do you say the guy's stream sniping? I've not seen indications that there's stream sniping happening. Okay, I was gonna say we're going full hazards. If Orthworm could stop getting paralyzed, we'd be going full hazards, but unfortunately Orthworm got double parried. If parried once would have been fine. We get up max spikes on both sides, but But Orthworm could not even do me this slight favor and be okay for once in its life. Anything to say about Orthworm and OU? I mean, I've been saying it. Let's sack it. It's not going to do anything else this game. Let's wisp this thing. I think we got to start making pult progress. I might just get Malignant Chained here, but I think I probably could have played this game a lot better, but I'm honestly just checked out. I want to be gone. Let's go for Hex. We can wisp this thing. Tusk will live, so that's good. We can darts. I think we're gonna snipe the Weavile with Custap Gold. That's the plan, at least. No, I really can't win this here. We can try. Oh, I was for a second I thought they left it in for some reason, but no, it went. It went into the reasonable switch. We can mate no because the Zama's boots, right? What's our? Do we have any way to win here? Let's. Oh, Tusk died. What? Oh yeah, no, never mind. That makes 27. Okay. I don't think they're sniping. Why do you say I doubt our opponent is sniping here? I haven't really seen good evidence of that. Okay. Darkrai and bunch of flinches. That's our way. Okay, so we can kill this. We've got to hope that Zama is really slow, like an adamant set. So let's Terra Dark here and Dark Pulse. Okay, well, that part went well. Okay, and it is not. It is a fast Zama, so that is GG. And I guess we have time for one more game. I'll get my elo back up with something else. Actually, I mean, okay, I guess we got time. We can do one more game. Cool. Okay. But okay, let me make. I'm thinking the new policy is, I'm not doing a stream I don't want to do. No matter if somebody gets. No matter if somebody gets to some peak or wants me to do something, or would they win a tour or not, I've got a list of things I'm willing to build, and some Pokemon are just boring, and I do not want to make a team with them, and this is absolutely one of them. Okay. I'll try to lock in for one game and try to show you guys some good playing here. Okay. We can turn the music back on too. Well, I mean, I said I was going to do this if Winawa got there. The mistake was making the promise in the first place. Doing it is a good idea. The mistake was making that deal. But I guess it did get people hyped up in the server, so I guess there's that. Yeah, maybe we should have just played maybe we should have not built Orthworm at all and just played Winawa's team on ladder. Maybe that would have been better. Yeah, Poltegeist looks pretty rough. Let's see. There are ways to game the system here, though. I think the first thing I do is lead with Darkrai, and then we can knock off. So what that's going to do is get rid of that Hatterene's eject button. So it's not going to get that pivot it wants. Okay, good start. This has a good chance to KO. I think we need this thing to die so we can get up hazards. And knockoff did more than expected, I believe. Or that was maybe just a max roll. Either way, I think we do Sludge Bomb here. I think the kill is really important. We do not get the kill. We do get the poison. We get dekissed. Hatterene going to go back up to a lot. Not full, though. Obviously, Chip on Darkrai, not great. Now Poltergeist can kill us without needing to Terra, but we can Dark Pulse here. Lucha comes in. How much is Orthworm doing with Heavy Slam? That's good damage. Let's go Dengo first, though. Let's just make it rain. Okay. Now let's go Earthworm. We'll Terra Ghost. I think we Terra Ghost and just immediately Heavy Slam. I don't think we, Wow! Okay, maybe we should have rocked, I guess. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. Guys, stop getting toxic in chat. Be nice. Okay, this is tough. Alright. This thing's going to try to set up. Can Tusk live? Tusk is max. I think we just go hard Tusk and start click a Headlong Rush. I think that's the move. Okay, let's do this. Just Headlong. I'm going to keep clicking Headlong. It's pretty simple. Blaziken can Terra, but if it does, probably we can finish it off with Darkrai. Okay, Blaziken going to get sacked. That works for me. I'm definitely happy with that outcome. I think we go... I'm trying to figure out a way in which we don't lose to Poltergeist. We have to avoid it from coming in and setting up for free. We have to kind of keep it out until we can stall Psychic Terrain turns. So let me go Pult and U-turn. I just want to make sure this doesn't kill. Indeed, he's really weak. Yeah, we can U-turn here. Okay, there we go. We can Chili. Go... maybe into Rye here. Maybe double Glow King. And kind of maybe save us some time. That's good, yeah. Got D-Gleam. We can sack Tusk here. Tusk is useless. And let's U-turn now. I think it's a good time for the U-turn. Okay, Mousehold comes out. That's fine. We can respond to this with Darkrai. I believe we do indeed always kill with a Dark Pulse. That's good. Yeah, we definitely just Dark Pulse here. So you see, this is why I was stalling Psychic Terrain turns, so we could do this. Wow. I have no idea why my opponent did that. That's insane. The fact that you, like, saw the Sucker Punch... I mean, I don't even know what to say. We're just gonna click. We're gonna click 8 times. We got it. Okay, there we go. I cannot believe... Actually, no, Vincent knew the team, that's why. I forgot, Vincent was in the stream, so they knew Sucker Punch was there. Okay, but we ended on a win. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope it was kind of fun to see me hate on Orthworm. Yeah. I will... yeah, I apologize for the bad attitude. I suppose I should have probably leaned into Orthworm and tried to have fun with it. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Sometimes you're really just not feeling a Pokemon. If I was, like, say, building on my own, I would have just switched off, like, stopped building Orthworm, build something else, try a different idea, maybe play a different game, just take a break from building. But either way, I hope you guys had a fun time. Viewership was amazing. And although I didn't enjoy Orthworm, I did enjoy interacting with you guys. And as always, it is an honor that you decide to spend your time on this fine Saturday hanging out here and watching me play Pokemon and interacting. It's always a great time, even though I hated Orthworm. So I hated Orthworm, but that part was nice. So, yeah, guys, I will see you next week. We've got an upload I think you guys are really going to like. And as I said, join the Pinka Tour. You can sign up in the server. NatDex Tour in the description. You can sign up. And the link to the server is in the description. You can sign up on the server. And remember, I'm doing Thursday NatDex streams now. So check those out if you want that. All right, I'll see you guys. Have a great